morning guys, and welcome to another video. I haven't filmed in about almost a month, I want to say, and I haven't posted in about 2 weeks, and that is because I haven't read a single book this month. It is the 14th already, and I only finished 2 books in January, and I haven't finished a single book this month. I haven't picked up a single book, and even though I just needed a little break from reading, that obviously hurt the channel because I didn't have anything to post. But here I am. I have Monday off, so I am planning to read this weekend. I was planning to film yesterday, but instead I watched all of the Bridgerton series. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't overhype it, but it was a really good show. I mean, it was a very good show. But anyways, back to my reading. So the book I am currently reading is Mexican Gothic. I actually started reading this book at the beginning of the month, but like I said, I was in a reading slump, so it was not the book. The book is actually pretty good. I'm really enjoying it, and it has all the Gothic aspects I was expecting it and beyond that. So it was just me. I was not in the headspace to read, so it took me a while to get to this point. I am on page 132, and it is a really short book. It's less than 300 pages, so I'm thinking I will finish it either today or tomorrow, because I do want to pick up another book. I don't know which one yet, but I do want to finish this one and start another book, which we'll pick together, because honestly I have no idea what to start. But right now I am gonna have breakfast. I'm gonna read some of this and get ready to go do my workout, because I have been staying on top of all of my workouts and my bike rides and everything. So I'm gonna have breakfast, get ready, read a little. Shenzi just ran off with my headphones. Shenzi, drop them. She has my AirPods, so I'm gonna stop right here and I will catch up with you guys later. Hello guys, I have a quick update. I honestly don't know where my day went. I had no plans at all for today, but things changed. I believe I updated you guys on my workout this morning, or before I went to the workout, not sure. But after my workout today, I came back, I showered. I didn't eat because I ate breakfast before leaving, but I decided to clean my room and listen to the audiobook of Mexican Gothic while I did that, and it was nice. I read a few chapters more, but then my parents came to visit and we went shopping, so my whole afternoon I spent with them. It is now 5 p.m. and honestly I'm just glad I got to see them and spend time with them, and now I don't have to drive all the way home tomorrow to go see them, because I already saw them today and I spent time with them. So I get to read a lot more today and actually read more tomorrow. But more on Mexican Gothic. I am now on I'm on chapter 18. I'm almost to page 200, which I am pretty sure I'm gonna finish either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure if I want to read, but I haven't talked about Mexican Gothic, and I just want to say that I'm really enjoying it now. It took me a little longer than I thought to get into the story. I don't know why. It was probably because of my reading slump, but after reading more of the story, I was able to finally grab the vibe of it. It is very dark, I do have to admit that, but so far I haven't gotten that grotesque body horror that everyone was talking about. I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, I mean, if you have a weak stomach, I wouldn't recommend you to be eating while reading this book, because while I was having breakfast this morning, I was also reading, and if you have a weak stomach, I do not recommend that. However, so far I don't find the book to keep me up at night, because I do hate everything scary. I don't like scary stories. I don't like scary movies. And from what I've heard, this book is kind of scary. And yes, it is scary, but if you guys know the idea of Gothic novels, they are not necessarily like a scary ghost hunting story. I mean, it makes it seem like that, but I know that at the end of the story, it probably might not be something that scary as they make it sound or they make it seem. That's what's keeping me sane, I guess. I'm not scared or anything. I don't read it at night just to make sure that it doesn't keep me up at night. And I also think I know what's gonna happen, or like what's been happening in the story. However, I'm hoping to be wrong, and I'm hoping to be surprised at the end, which I'm really hoping for that. They mention mushrooms a lot, like a lot, which reminds me of We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. You guys know, if you guys don't know, We Have Always Lived in the Castle is one of my favorite books ever. I love reading that story just because I know it's not scary at the end. And if you guys know, or if you guys don't know, in that book they talk about mushrooms and how some mushrooms you can eat and most of them are poisonous. So it's the same concept here. This book definitely has the feeling of other novels, which I'm really enjoying. And what I enjoy most about this book is that it is set in Mexico, and even though they're speaking English, it talks about places in Mexico. And Silvia Moreno Garcia included a lot of Mexican references. Like, for example, there's a mention of Pedro Infante, and if you guys don't know, Pedro Infante is a pretty big deal in the Mexican culture. And actually, my grandpa, my dad's dad, I never met him because he passed away at a very early age. None of us really got to know him, but they have a picture of him and he looks so much like Pedro Infante. So every time Pedro Infante is mentioned, because there's a character that looks like him, it reminds me of my grandpa, because I've always said that he looks like Pedro Infante, and a lot of people see the picture and they're like, wow, he like actually looks like Pedro Infante, but it's just that one picture. But anyways, it's really nice. There's also mention of another author, Quiroga, and he also has like Gothic stories, and novels are also like in the Gothic romance sort of genre, and I love his stories. So not only does she mention them, but she also mentions Jane Eyre, for example, and how Cataline, her cousin, is so in love with this kind of stories, and she likes fairy tales. And just like Cataline is the one that married into the English family, and the one that is kind of going crazy in the story, but then she's also the one that loves all these different Gothic novels that we know and love, and they are mentioned here. So like I said, I am hoping to be surprised at the end. So I'm gonna do some reading right now. I'm waiting for my boyfriend to come back and bring Shenzi with him because he's taking care of her. So I will update you guys later on tonight, if not tomorrow, but just gonna read some more right now. Also, since I haven't filmed anything in like 3 weeks, it feels so weird to do this again. I feel like I just forgot how to speak to the camera and like how to hold it, and the backgrounds that I like you guys to see. It's just weird. I don't know. Just me. Alright guys, it is Valentine's Day. It is the 14th, so I'm gonna finish. So I'm probably not gonna read anything today except finish Mexican Gothic because I'm almost done with it, and I only have 1 day left on the audiobook because I borrowed it from the library, but I'm almost done with it. And also, remember how I said that I didn't find a lot of body horror? Yeah, I take that back because there's a lot. There's a lot of body horror in it, and honestly, if you have a weak stomach, you guys might not like that. Just keep an eye out for that. But I will probably update you guys until tomorrow and see what I read tomorrow, because I just want to finish reading Mexican Gothic today and then pick up another book. Say hi! Shenzi, what are you doing? Shenzi! She's so big. Okay guys, so I just finished Mexican Gothic. Finally finished it. And I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars out of 5. I enjoyed the book. I liked the story. The ending was very different from what I thought it would be. Like when everything was revealed and stuff, it was nothing like I thought it would be. It was somewhat related to what I was thinking, but it definitely took a different turn, and there was actually somewhat of a fantasy element to this book that I was not expecting, because like I said, from the books, stories that I've read, like Gothic stories, Gothic novels that I've read before, like when everything's revealed, it turns out to not be something out of like paranormal stuff. Like something is just happening and it's something that can be explained, but it felt like paranormal kind of thing and just scary and gothic and dark. But that was not the case with this one. It took a whole nother turn that I was not expecting, and I can say I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it made sense in the story and it was okay, but it was not my favorite. Like I'm just gonna give it a 3 stars just because the novel was really good. I enjoyed the writing. I liked the characters, surprisingly. I think everything was tied up pretty well, but the ending was just not what I was expecting, and it was very different. I don't know. I think for this story, I would have liked it if it had an open ending, which it doesn't. It leaves us with like a, I think like a lot of people can like the ending, but I actually thought this book was gonna leave us with an open ending. As in, like, I thought we were gonna be like, ooh, is it still continuing? Is it not? Is like, I expected to be left off like this like unsettling feeling, but I wasn't, so that's okay. I mean, I still enjoyed it. I'm still gonna give it a 3 stars. I still recommend it if you guys like Gothic novels. It's a really good story. So that is that. I finished 1 book. I'm just hoping that from here on I can just pick up a book and continue reading. I actually don't know what book I want to pick up next, and that's how I know my reading slump is still kind of going on. I think I have an idea of what I want to read, and that is because I want to read the Lee Bardugo's books. I haven't read the Shadow and Bone books. I read the first one but didn't continue it, and I really want to get to Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom because Netflix announced the series is gonna be now in April, so I need to read them before April. And I think I might pick up Shadow and Bone again, reread it, and read the next 2 books, and then continue with Six of Crows. Not sure. We'll see. Okay, so I was actually gonna finish the vlog off yesterday, but I think I want to read something today because it is Monday and I have the day off. So I'm gonna pick up a book. I think I'm gonna have Shenzi help me pick it up. Like, I'm gonna put treats on the book, and whichever book she chooses, that's the book I'm gonna start reading. But I'm gonna make myself some tea first, and then we'll do the whole Shenzi chooses the book. Shenzi chooses the book that I'm gonna read next kind of thing. I don't know. I've seen people do this with their cats, and well, I have a dog now, so she can do that for me. But first, I'm gonna make tea, and then I'm gonna show you guys the books that I'm gonna choose for Shenzi to pick from. Shenzi's waiting outside. She wants to come in already. But here are the books that I chose for her. I already put a treat on them. So each one has a piece of a treat, and whichever she chooses, that's the book that I'm going to be reading today and the rest of the week, because I'm not sure if I'm going to finish a book today, but we'll see. Let me bring her in now. Oh my god. She's looking. Is that the one you want me to read? That was too fast. She just booked it in here. And that's the first treat she found. I try to place them like straight on the door where she comes in, so she could just go to any of the books. I'm just gonna let her find the rest of the treats and pick up my books. This is the book she chose. This is The Perfect Story by Elizabeth Benavent. This is a Spanish author, and she has written a lot of like chick flick romantic books kind of thing. One of her series is on Netflix. I just haven't watched it because they say it's very different from the book, but I've heard really great things about this book. So it just came out, I want to say, at the end of last year, and it is a pretty big book, but it is in my February TBR, so I'm actually glad she chose this one because I've been wanting to read it. But it's pretty big, which is like, it's a big book. I was not expecting to read a big book right now, but you know what? I want to read it. It's gonna be fine. I've heard great things from it. And the rest of the books were not in my TBR actually. I thought it would be a good book to read. So thank you, Shenzi, for choosing my book. Okay guys, so it is later on today. I had to change into what I was wearing yesterday because I didn't have a thumbnail. So I wanted to do my makeup and do a thumbnail, so I am wearing what I was wearing yesterday, but it is Monday still. So I'm gonna change right now, but before I do, I wanted to update you guys on The Perfect Story, A Perfect Story, Un Cuento Perfecto. I know I said this in my February TBR, but this book is not translated into English because it just came out, and I'm not sure if her work has been translated into English at all. Not sure. But if you guys read in Spanish and you guys are interested in it, it's really good so far. I am 100 pages in already, and so good so far. It does have that like kind of like chick flick vibe going on. So we follow our two main characters in this story. Each one has their own perspective. The first one is Margarita. I believe her name is Margarita, but she goes by Margot. At the beginning of the story, she is gonna get married, but the wedding ends up being cancelled. And then we follow David, our main male character, and he also just got out of a relationship. She broke up with him, and now he's like very depressed and going through stuff. He lives with his best friend and his girlfriend and the baby that they just had, so he is staying in their couch. So his life is not perfect. While Margot actually comes from a wealthy family, and you know, they have money and they own stuff. So I'm guessing they are gonna meet somehow, and then the story's gonna go on from there. We'll see how this goes. So far so good. I'm really enjoying it. I think I might continue reading this tonight. I'm not sure, but this will actually be my last update for today for this vlog. I just wanted to start a new book and see how it would go, see if I would read something. So I think 100 pages of this is actually really good this morning. So right now what I'm gonna do is just film my other video that I had planned for today and put this down. And just a quick recap, I did finish Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. There were a few things that I wasn't happy with. There were a few disturbing scenes that I didn't like it. I mean, they weren't executed how to the point where it would be like a really bad situation. I still think they are a little bit hard. I do want to give out a warning for sexual assault, because even though it's weird because the scenes are like, they are intended to be sexual assaults, but because Noemi, the main character, is in such a trance and weird position, she believes that she wants them, but she really doesn't want them. And it's so weird because it's like, okay, well, technically she kind of wants it, but you know that the place where she's at and the things that are going on are messing with her head, so they are technically assaults. So just a warning for those people who are triggered by that. It happens, and I mean, it was very uncomfortable to read those scenes, but they are here, so I just wanted to say that. However, I think I am gonna give it a 3 stars out of 5. I'm gonna stick with 3. I liked it and I enjoyed it. It was fine. So there we go. And finally, I started reading Un Cuento Perfecto by Elizabeth Benavent. Read 100 pages of this. Really liking it so far. Definitely the chick flick vibes that I wanted. Romantic. I think it's gonna be a very romantic, heartbreaking story. So excited to continue reading this book. That is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.